Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a suburban house in Minecraft for all of your city building needs. In this tutorial, not only will I show you how to make the entire outside of the house, but I will also show you how to make the entire interior as well. Fun fact, I am hidden somewhere in the intro of this video. Let me know down below in the comment section if, where and when you spotted me. The first person leaving a comment guessing it right will have their comment pinned. This is the amount of space required to make the build, a 25 block wide by 35 block long area as represented by this very handy grid. To find the starting position, begin at the front left hand corner of the grid, count backwards, find the 10th block, and then count to the right and find the 5th block. That is where we start. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin the build by placing a smooth quartz block on the ground. And extend backwards by 2. 1, 2. Then extend to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then extend forwards by 2. 1, 2. Extend to the right by 1. Place an oak plank. Then place a smooth quartz block. And then extend backwards by 2. 1, 2. Then place 7 oak planks extending right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place a smooth quartz block on the end. And here we want to do two things. We want to extend forwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we also want to extend backwards by 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Next, we want to extend to the right across the back of the build by placing a smooth quartz block, 3 oak planks, 1, 2, 3, a smooth quartz, and then 3 oak planks, 1, 2, 3. And then 3 smooth quartz block, 1, 2, 3. We then want to extend forwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we actually just want to come back over here and do the same, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can return all the way back to here and extend to the right by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we will extend forwards by 2, 1, 2, but we will also extend all the way to the very front of the build, and we will join and connect back together and make this really weird shape right here. And we can actually fill this really weird shape in with oak planks. We also want to fill the inner rows of this area in with oak planks as well, and then we can just stick a row of smooth quartz block on the end, just like so. Coming back to the front of the build, we want to extend this smooth quartz block all the way over to the left and join here, and then we can actually just fill this empty space in using smooth quartz, just like so. Next, we want to place a row of 9 smooth quartz block on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want to do that over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like this. And we can extend this row here backwards along the length of the smooth quartz block that is just placed behind it. And we can do the same here as well. This will actually form one of the walls of the house. And you may be thinking to yourself, where are the windows? Well, we'll actually just add those a little bit later on when we make the interior. And we can actually move all the way over to the opposite side of the build and do the same thing here as well. We can just extend this entire row of 9 backwards along the length of the house, and we will just add any windows and details in when we tackle the interior. Also, whilst we're at it, we can place a row of 9 smooth quartz block here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can just extend that row backwards along the length of the row of smooth quartz that is behind it. Turning our attention to the front of the house, once again, we are going to place an additional row of smooth quartz block on top of this row. 1. We will then place 2 rows of black stained glass pane on top of these 2 middle blocks. 1, 2. We will then place 3 rows of smooth quartz on top. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 more rows of black stained glass pane. 1, 2. And then a row of smooth quartz block on top of that. Join left and right to the top of the walls, and then just fill left and right of everything that we've just made in using smooth quartz block, just like so. Next, we can place the front door. This is a dark oak wood door right here in this position, and we can place smooth quartz block on the left and right side of the door, extending up with a black stained glass block above it. Then smooth quartz block on top of that. Add another row of smooth quartz block, and then extend that row across to the right, just like so. We will then add another row of smooth quartz on top. We will then place a black stained glass pane here, gap, 2 glass, gap, glass, gap, glass, and then we will just fill in between the same. We'll add smooth quartz blocks on top of these smooth quartz. We will fill these gaps in with black stained glass pane, and then smooth quartz block across the top of this, just like so. Then we will add a couple of rows of smooth quartz just here next to the door. You can see how it just lines up with the smooth quartz that is underneath it. Then we are going to place a row of oak planks here, and we want to place a glass pane here, gap here, just like so, and extend the glass panes up, and we will place oak planks in between and around the top of these, just like so, and we'll also place a row of smooth quartz block here just to fill in any gaps. And we also want to place smooth quartz stairs here, just like this, and a composter right here next to the door. Then we will fill the composter in with whatever we can throw in it, really, until we get this. Flower pot on top, dead bush, and then a couple of oak leaves, or your favourite leaf on top of that. Then, here, we are going to place iron chains in this position, and this position, with lanterns dangling down from said chains. Then oak stair here, sideways, regular stair here, and then another sideways stair to form a sofa. Scaffolding here, then an oak stair here, oak sign here, and here to give us this. Then we want a row of oak slabs in front of the sofa, just like so. And we can even stick a flower pot or something on the table to give us this. We then want to place a 2x2 square of oak leaves right here in front of this window. And then we are going to turn our attention to the back of the build. So on the back of the build, we are just going to fill this section of wall in using smooth quartz block, just like so. And we will also have the little square of leaves here too. Then, here, we are going to extend these smooth quartz blocks, each up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can actually just extend it across all the way over to the right. And then we can just extend it down to these smooth quartz blocks. We can then add a row of black stained glass here, and pane inside. And black stained glass here, and pane inside, just like so. Then I'm going to extend an additional row of smooth quartz block up on top of this, and then extend it out. To here, and then add a row of black stained glass on the edge. We then will move up to the second story, where we will extend this smooth quartz row up to the top of the wall, and then all the way over to the right, and then down. And then on the left side here, we will extend to the right 1, 2, and then up. And then we'll extend 1, 2, 3, and then up. Leave a gap of 1, and then place 2 blocks, and extend up. Black stained glass here. Then we will fill these windows in with black stained glass paint, just like so. Next, we are just going to add some seating to this outdoor area and the balcony above. We'll place 2 oak stairs here, leave a gap, 2 oak slabs, leave a gap, 2 more stairs. Then on this wall here, we will place a stair with oak signs either side. Brown glazed terracotta here, 2 leaves on top, and then we will have a painting here, just like so. And then up on the second story, we will have the same potted plant, and we will stick a table here. And then we're just going to have the same arrangement of seating. I don't know why I'm getting this wrong, I literally just did it a second ago, but it should look exactly like this. Next, we are going to add a second floor inside of the house by placing a layer of smooth quartz block just directly above the ground level windows. And then, on top of that, we will stack a layer of oak planks. Towards the front of the build, I think that I'm going to remove/replace this row of smooth quartz block, and I'm just going to have oak planks instead. Next, let's make the roof. it's a little bit interesting. So we'll start over here and place a smooth quartz stair. And then we will place an upside down smooth quartz stair. And then another one. And we want to do this 4 more times. So upside down stair, regular stair, that's 1. Upside down, regular 2. Upside down, regular 3. Upside down, regular 4. So we should be right in the middle of the roof now. We'll soon find out, as we now want to come to the opposite side and do the same thing, where we can actually dispense of the counting, and we can just see if this goes together. But we just want to, in the same way as we did with the other side, we just want to just keep stacking them until we have this. Then we are just going to move over here, and we want to place a row of 8 stair / upside down stair combinations extending this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like so. Although we don't actually need that last upside down block, so we'll just remove that, and that's what we want to have. What we are then able to do is just place a stair on the back of this, upside down stair underneath it, and then we can just start going the other way. But here's where things are a little bit weird, in that you'll see that now we line up with this block right here, so this block will have to just be an actual just smooth quartz block, and we will connect the stair to here, and you can see how the stairs will extend backwards. It's a bit of a weird roof, but it's really cool how it goes together, just like so. The next thing we should really do is place some smooth quartz block here to give these stairs something to grip onto, so we can start extending them backwards. And the same here. It's a little bit harder on this side, but I suppose not, because we're just making a pyramid sort of shape, just like this. I think that this will pretty much do it, but we'll find out once we actually start extending the roof back. So now let's extend these stairs backwards. So the outer stairs are smooth quartz, and I guess so, we just got to place them here, right? Yep, okay. And then underneath this we will have a layer of upside down oak stairs, so it provides a pretty cool contrast, just like this. And then it'll be the same thing here as well, but I think it'll actually be easiest if we add some smooth quartz stairs here just to fill in these gaps, and then it will just be easier to place the upside down ones afterwards. And so we will place them here and here. I think that we might have actually nailed this. Like, the connection point's the weirdest part of the build, but I think that we've managed to do it quite successfully. So let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly how you do it. That's perfect. Now that we have made the shape of the roof on the front of the build, we should move all the way to the back of the build and do the same. So we will start off by placing 6 smooth quartz stairs sets extending up from this block this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do believe that that is 6, and we're just going to start extending from this way, and we will soon find out whether we have done it correctly or incorrectly. Okay, perfect. So that is how we do it. And now we are going to start here, and I'm not going to do any counting, although I know the number is 8. I'm actually just going to line up with the front of the build, but for those of you that are into counting, we have to place 8 sets of stairs, but as I said, I'm pretty happy just to, I think there's just one more, I'm pretty happy to extend it up about as far as I think it is. And then I'm just going to extend this block just to make sure that I've got it right. And there we go. And then we can start extending down from the opposite side. And this will just fade into the roof somewhere. So it will go right here, won't it? And we will just join together with a set of smooth quartz block. And I do believe that this will just connect to the front of the roof in the exact same way. So that is absolutely perfect. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this part of the roof backwards onto the frame of the house, because just like with the front, we'll have this space to fill in. But let's just extend these smooth quartz stairs back a little bit. These ones too. And I suppose... No, that is meant to be a block, isn't it? No, that's meant to be a block. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Again, a lot of this stuff, it's quite self-evident if something just looks a little bit off. So if you do feel as though that something isn't quite right, it probably isn't. So that is perfect. And then we just have to extend in a couple of rows like this. Here as well. And then from here, we can just fill this entire like under roof section in using smooth quartz block. Go as high as this. And then we just add our oak stairs, which provides a nice little contrast. And that will give us this, and that's perfect. And from here, it's super easy, as we can just connect our stairs front to back, just like so. And there we have it, that is the roof completely put together. The next order of business is for us to dig all the way around the edge of the house, and we also do just have to remove, there's a couple of parts, so where the house extends in a little bit, we just have to dig around these leaves as well, but just one block around the entire thing, primarily. And then we can replace all of this with podzol. And then I'm just going to stick a layer of ferns all the way around the very edge of the podzol. So I'm not placing it where the podzol like indents into the house like here. Just all the way around the edge is kind of a nice little barrier. Just like that. That looks perfect. So from here, we are just going to add a pathway. We'll leave a gap of 1 in front of this row of 3 stairs here. Destroy this, and then replace it with smooth stone. And then we'll do the same thing 2 more times, just to lead a path all the way out of the house. We will also add a wall here, so we're just leaving a gap of 1 either side of this smooth stone. And we will extend a row of smooth quartz block all the way to the outer boundary, so where the grid is, basically. And we'll just place smooth quartz block all the way around the grid. And we'll line up with the opposite side of that middle part of the path. And we'll just extend and join inwards in a second. So it's right about right there. And we'll extend in. We'll just leave a gap. That's all there is to it. Now, if you did want to, that end part of the path there, this can fan out into a pavement. I realise that I just destroyed the path, but that's okay. It's just easy enough to just destroy it all and then replace it all. So this can extend into a pavement or something if you like. You can place some bushes or some flowers or some trees or whatever you want in front of the house, but I'm quite happy to leave this as it is. Now, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is the entire outside of the house complete. It's now time for us to head inside and work on the interior. Just as soon as somebody turns the lights on. Thank you. Let's start all the way over here by the front door. We will place an armor stand in this position with a tripwire hook next to it. An oak stair here, and we can actually place a few more stairs extending up. We will also have to excavate some of the flooring too until we get to here. And then we want to have an oak plank here, and then another stair here, and we will extend these smooth quartz blocks up just like so to kind of make a staircase. And as a matter of fact, we will extend these smooth quartz blocks down to the ground just like so. Then we will place a row of bookshelves here in this position, smooth quartz block next to it, and we actually want to add 2 spruce trapdoors here, flower pot here, fern here, and we're just going to create a bookshelf of sorts next to this. Then we can place a light grey concrete both here and here, and we can connect to this wall using smooth quartz, just like so. Next, we will place a furnace in this position, grey banner here, stone button here, and then a row of smooth quartz blocks against this wall. We also want to have 2 more smooth quartz blocks like this, and a sideways stone stair here, one here, and then another here, just like so, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, smooth quartz blocks. You know, it's so dark here, I just have to fix this. Next up, we are just going to place a set of bookshelves here in this corner, and then 2 rows of light grey concrete just to the right, like so. We have to place some stuff against the back wall here, so we just actually want a few paintings like this, and then like a flower pot here, growing stand here, detect rail here, maybe a polished blackstone pressure plate here, and then a couple of pale oak shelves just like this. And then we can place an iron bar here and a collection of candles here and here. I like black and white ones to represent, say, like salt and pepper or something like that. And we're going to place a couple of stone buttons here in this position. Now, we want to leave a gap of 1 from in front of these 3 blocks and place a set of 3 smooth quartz stair, which we will curve around like this, and we will place a polished tough wall here, end rod here and here with grey carpet on top, just like so. Next, we will place a couple of rows of smooth quartz block next to this fridge extending out from the wall, leave a gap of 1, chisel bookshelf, and then a spruce trapdoor here, flip one up here, just like so. Then item frame here, book here. We also want to have a painting here as well. And lantern here, flower pot here, fern here. Do feel free to swap these things around, by the way. If you think that something else would look better here, then just add that. Next, we will place a spruce stair here with spruce signs either side. We will then place a spruce trapdoor flipped up in front of this, and then 1, 2, 3 more trapdoors. We will flip up another this side here, and as a matter of fact, I'm realizing that we can place this either way, actually. It doesn't really matter. So we are going to place another trapdoor here and here, and one here and here, and then we will fill in between. In the original, I had the table going the other way, so like I had the trapdoors flipped up this way and the open ends the other side, but it literally doesn't matter. And we will place a stair in the middle of each side of the table. Actually, the only reason it might matter is because the sofa is going to go right here, so I will just swap the sides of the table, so to here and to here. Only because this chair here is better suited for this position. And let's just add all of these signs to these stairs. And the white carpet to the table. And let's add a light above the center of the table. So this is a lantern with any colour signs you kind of like around it. If you want a little bit of colour, you could add some. And then, from here, we have to add, leaving a gap of 1 from behind this chair, a sofa, so it's just a smooth quartz stair, and then another one on the ends. Whereas if the table legs were here, then this stair would be clipping into the back of the sofa. Not that it really matters, but it does to me. So, 2 end rods here, grey glazed terracotta here, and then we will leave a gap of 1 from in front of the sofa, and we will place 2 rows of smooth quartz slab, just like this. And then here, we will place a smooth quartz stair, and then leave a gap, scaffolding. In this corner, we will stuff a brown glazed terracotta with a couple of leaves on top. We will then leave a gap of 1 and place a smooth quartz block, furnace, smooth quartz block, and then we will extend smooth quartz on top of all of these. A row of spruce trapdoors across the top here, and then a painting here, not that one, not that one, that's the one. And then we will place a flower pot here, fern inside of it because I can't help myself, waxed exposed copper golem statue here just because I kind of like these, they're kind of fun, and then just a jukebox over here in the corner. That's all there is to it. If you want, you can kind of add like a little bit of a wall here, and then that allows us to place, I'm sure that we've got one somewhere, a painting here, just like so. And I've just realised, these shelves, they can be stocked with either like food implements or maybe just some like herbs and spices or something. I'll leave the choice up to you, but that should be filled with something. And now the only debate for downstairs is if and where to put windows. Now, I'm thinking quite a large window here on the side would look pretty good. We could even add some curtains to the window if we wanted, either on the window itself or just either side. Some grey banners would look just fine. And at this point, I would say that the downstairs is looking pretty good. I think that it's about time that we head upstairs. We have already made our staircase, we just have to add a bit of structure up here. So, first of all, I am thinking that we extend this smooth quartz into this wall, and we just raise up this back row a little bit. Next, we will extend this row forwards, 1, 2, just like so, and let's just keep the height just like so, just so that it's quite clearly a wall. We will then add another row extending this way. Then we'll place a door. 3 more rows of smooth quartz block. 1, 2, 3. And then we will start extending this way. 1. Place a door. 2 smooth quartz block. 1, 2. And then this way we will place a smooth quartz block. And another. Oak door. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smooth quartz. Door. And then a smooth quartz block, just like so. And then we have to divide these rooms up a little bit. So here is where a wall will go. So we just have a gap of 1 just left of this door inside the space. We will also add a wall here, and we will add a wall here. So this is quite a small room, and then these 2 rooms are pretty much equal in size. And then we've got the second smallest room here. And now that we've kind of divided these rooms up, we can extend the smooth quartz block all the way up to the actual roof. I think it's up to you, really, if you want to have a false ceiling? Like, would you prefer to have a ceiling, say, here? So, like, across the... This might be cleaner. So, if we allow ourselves 4 rows of space, 4 rows of head space, I think that is a generous amount. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the amount of space that we want. And we can just apply this ceiling into all of the rooms. And then that way, if you wanted to, you could have an attic. There's actually enough space for it. I'm not going to, because I never end up putting anything in them. I suppose that... I mean, there's quite a lot of room in the roof, so you could if you wanted to, but I'm not. I didn't design this house to do that, so I'm not going to add it, but we are just going to now raise up the walls. Just like so. Now, I do believe that in this room, this is a bathroom, 1, 2, 3, 4, we just have to add the false ceiling in here. A lot of these rooms are quite dark, we will have to rectify that in a minute. But okay, there we go, that's a lot of structure. I don't know why it's so dark, I could swear that I already added light in here. Anyway, we will place 2 spruce stairs here, with a spruce sign on the side. Scaffolding here, a couple of end rods here. And then a brown glazed terracotta here. On this wall, we will place a painting, just like so. And then on this opposite wall, like right in the middle, we want to place a set of spruce trapdoors, just like this. White carpet on top. Throw down loom, open it up. Light blue banner in there, white dye. Apply a bend pattern, doesn't matter which one. Gradient pattern, doesn't matter which one. Black dye in there. Apply the bordure pattern, and we will... Okay, that's not the banner. Apply the banner, not a random painting to the wall to give us a mirror, and we'll keep on to this because we might end up using it again. But we do also have the option to add a window. So this is kind of like the center of this hallway, and it makes sense to have a window here. And if you wanted to, you could actually have a set of windows that kind of like fit nicely across this wall if you so chose. With the hallway complete, I think that the next room we will take care of is this one. This is a small utility room. First of all, we'll have a small window here. And then we will place a smooth quartz block here and here. Backwards facing smooth quartz stair here. Tripwire hook here. Candles here. Flower pot here. Smooth quartz block here. Smooth quartz stair on top. Block of iron here. Then we will place a stone pressure plate here, item frame here, black stained glass pane here, a couple of brown shulker boxes above this, maybe on the wall above would be a little bit better. We can also place a painting here, so it doesn't really matter which one, just something. Preferably, maybe even that guy again, I kind of like it. Then a small bin here in the form of a flower pot. And we can actually make a washing machine by modifying this banner. If we throw down loom, put the mirror banner in there with black dye and apply the first pattern. If you stick this here, this kind of looks like a washing machine now. You could even swap these over if you like. But I just realized we have to change the floor. So to make this room pop a little bit more, we are going to add a checkered pattern of white and black concrete. And it just looks so much better. Like this feels a lot more like a utility room now. I'm also wondering if a different stair on top of this would look better. Maybe just like a different, maybe stone would look better there. I don't know, it's kind of, maybe even like diorite. I think that that's kind of okay. Maybe white concrete instead. Maybe that fixes it? I don't know, but I'm pretty happy with this room regardless. So let's just stick the door back on. And let's head into the bathroom, which is the second smallest room. Step 1, we will make a sink by placing a smooth quartz block here with a smooth quartz stair next to it. And then another smooth quartz block. Lever here. Stack some candles here. Item frame here. Flower pot here. Cauldron here. The mirror banner from earlier here. If you don't have it, you can just clone it from this. Next, we will place an oak trapdoor above the toilet. item frame here, stone button here. If you want, you can place a white banner in here and flip it down, but I guess that we've run out of toilet paper. Then in this corner, we will place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz stair and then curve them around to each other to form a rectangle. And you can just stick a stone button here. This is a place in which you could add a window. It is a little bit tricky. I think that these 2 blocks here, yeah. So from the outside, this is symmetrical. So you could add this, or you could opt to go for something like this. So from the inside, this looks a little bit better. From the outside, this looks better. So it's up to you which or any you want to do. We can add some grey carpet here, destroy the floor here, place some smooth quartz block, destroy the remaining floor here, replace it with a block of iron. This includes the door. I've got to replace so many doors. We will then place 2 end rods here, or maybe just 1 end rod, iron trapdoor here. Then we will stack a few rows of glass here on top of the smooth quartz, and a stone button here. And we could actually even use that loom that we had earlier to make a drain here. I think maybe it'd look better either this way or the reverse. I think that that looks good. And we should probably add glass to this, which I do believe I have in the old inventory. So there we go. I think that that's nice. And just because I do seem to be placing paintings absolutely everywhere in this house, let's just put that back. I'll stick 1 here, just because. Adds a little bit of colour to the room. And this is the bathroom. This looks pretty good, IMO. So let's just stick a door back on the bathroom. And now we just have the 2 bedrooms. We will do the smaller one first, which is this one. Step 1, let's place 1, 2 light blue wool against this wall and extend it 2 rows forwards. White carpet on top, and then above the bed we will have another painting. That one's lovely. We will then place a birch plank either side like this with birch sides in front of the planks. Lantern here, flower pot here, and then on this wall here we want to place a layer of smooth quartz block here in this corner, extend across the top by 3, then down, and then here to carve out 2 alcoves. Here we will place note blocks with a painting above, so this represents a TV. We could even go as far as like extending these blocks and then have like the Okay, well that didn't work out the way I thought it would. And we can have like a TV here, preferably with a painting that makes sense. That doesn't not make sense. And then we can stick an armor stand here with a tripwire hook above it, and then a birch door in front of this. So I guess we kind of need something above this too. What about a flip-down birch trapdoor? That doesn't look bad. On this wall, we will split this in half with a row of smooth quartz block, couple of end rods here, and then we'll have a set of 3 bookshelves extending up here, and smooth quartz block up and around the bookshelves, and here as well. And then actually we'll reduce the size of the bookshelves by 1, and we'll fill across the top of this in with smooth quartz. And then here we can just have an open sort of closet. So if you did want to, you could stack doors on this. They'd have to be on the outside, but I think that that is just fine. But if you did go for something like this, I think that and some chiseled bookshelves would look good. I always kind of like the exposed chiseled bookshelves. I think that it looks quite good in my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much this room done, unless you wanted to add like a lamp or something. Well, anyway, let's head across the hall into the opposite bedroom. So, step 1, we will split this wall in 2, and we will add a set of bookshelves here and here, with our trusty mirror banner in between. And then we can extend across the top here. And I'm wondering whether chiseled bookshelves, kind of like on top of the regular bookshelves, would be a nice addition. But then there is a little gap here, although I don't suppose that really matters. We'll leave it like that for now anyway. And we will place spruce planks here, oak signs here, and then a couple of end rods in front of this window with a brown glazed terracotta here. Then 2 bookshelves here. And we will build up this wall by extending some smooth quartz block up next to the bookshelves. and then these 2 smooth quartz extending to the right. Box in the opposite side of the bookshelf with end rods here, and some banners here. I'm going for brown and green because they kind of just fit the vibe. Then opposite this unit here, we will place 3 rows of 2 brown wool with some white carpet on top. And then we will stick spruce slabs either side of our bed with some oak signs. Maybe we'll surround the oak signs because we've got enough room to do it. Lantern here, flower pot here, fern here. I can't not place a fern in it. And then a painting here. There is actually one. That's the one that just fits the colour scheme of this room perfectly. And that's pretty much it. The only thing that you may want to do, perhaps, stick a door here. But other than that, this is pretty much perfect. The only thing I can think to do is maybe like we can have like a TV. Of course it's that one. Of course, we could have like a TV on the end here, although I'm not sure that we even need the barriers if we were to do that. So that would work perfectly. That actually looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Would a decorated part over here look silly? With, say, like a button for like a light switch, just like at the end of this hall. I think that looks okay. Now, I would be quite happy if we could divide up some lighting. Maybe like this, and we can stick some just lanterns and signs around. Only because this hallway feels very desolate otherwise. So I've just placed the lanterns like 2 rows away from each other. They're not perfectly centered in the hall, but I don't think that they've necessarily got to be. I think that that's made a nice addition. And I did consider this like a strip of carpet, like right up the middle, like a runner. Is that too much? It might be a bit too much. I don't know. Sometimes less is more with these things, but I think I'm going to leave it like it is, and that's it. With that final detail added, or details added, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now add our brand new modern suburban house into our city. Guys, I have a little bit of a predicament here. I don't really know where the modern suburban houses in this city belong exactly. Modern suburban house 1 is opposite the modern park, and modern suburban house number 2 is atop the modern suburbs. They don't really have a place that I can kind of gather them. Although, over here by the train tracks, we have this old modern house that we're actually using in the modern suburbs already. So what if I just swap these houses with this one? I don't think anyone will notice. You may be interested in becoming a channel member. You can click the join button that will be somewhere on the screen right now. This does cost money and is a monthly subscription, but you do get some perks. The first of which is a download link for my city design world. This has every single build that I have placed in my city, arranged in order, and labelled. This perk also comes with schematics for the mods Lightmatica and World Edit, so you can easily reference and copy and paste these builds into your worlds in any way that you'd like. However, if you're not interested in any of that building business, the highest tier allows you to download the most current version of Mini-City. There are also some minor perks, including loyalty badges displayed next to your name whenever you comment something down below on my videos. Depending on how long you have been a channel member, you gain a more prestigious helmet, with the highly coveted gold builder's hat being the most valuable. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.